If you have a 3 wide gap on top of your on top of your transition, one of the most powerful multiple stacks you can go for is this raised IL multiple stack. So you have a flat line of yellows here and then the I and L on top of it. And one thing to note is that in order to make this flat group of 3, the color you pick has to not be any of the colors on the bottom, so it can't be red, green, or blue. So in this example, it has to be the last color, which is yellow. Now, the reason why something like this is so powerful is because you have so many opportunities to attack with it. So there's this 2 double, but if you don't go for that, you have main chain. But if you don't want main chain, you can make this 2 double, but you can still convert this shape into a longer chain that can be a defensive chain or main chain or another attack. So like you can keep converting, you can make attacks and convert them into defensive chains and convert them into main chains, but make another attack, but then do the same thing with the next attack. So there's so many options you can do with this type of shape. Now, you're not always going to get those precise colors every time, so you might not have the same 2 double attacks every time because you don't get the colors, but you can still try and build attacks on top. Like you'll have the opportunity to do that, and you'll have a good shape to make different sized defensive chains. Now this L can go in this direction as well, and when you're building up, one thing that you can do, no matter how the L is that you can lock in the yellow in this case, and then instead of like if you draw a bunch of yellows, you could use the yellows as a trigger, but if you don't draw the yellows, you can use a different color, so blue in this case, and then the yellow is already locked in, so you have a 4 chain right now because the yellows also connect, and you don't need a yellow anymore to connect to your main chain. So this shape has a lot of flexibility to it, a lot of different ways to use it, a lot of things you can do with it. And one last note is the yellow doesn't have to go in column 1 in this shape, it can go in column 2.